You ever seen a spider glow in the dark? Like, not just a little bit, but glow. It's like a spider with a neon sign that says, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. But here's the thing, spiders don't have headlights. So how do they even find their way around at night? Like, are they just walking in circles until they fall off a wall? Wait, maybe they do have some kind of glowy superpower? Like, maybe they're not just glowing, they're using the light to see better. But hold on, if they're glowing, how do they not get eaten by predators? Like, are they like, I'm a glowing spider, I'm not scary, I'm just weirdly lit? So, we're here to figure out what's the deal with glowy spiders. Are they like the Batman of the spider world, or are they just glowing for no reason? So what exactly are we talking about? Like, what's a glow-in-the-dark spider even doing glowing in the first place? Are we talking about some kind of spider superhero with night vision? Or is it just being extra fancy? I mean, spiders don't have eyes like we do. They see the world through little pits in their heads, like tiny cameras. But glowing, that's like a neon sign in the dark. So maybe it's not about seeing, but about signaling. Like, I'm here, and I'm not a regular spider, I'm a glow-in-the-dark spider. But wait, not all glowy spiders are the same. Some glow for mating, some for defense, some just to look cool. Or maybe they're just trying to scare off the other spiders. So we're not just talking about spiders that glow. We're talking about spiders that glow in the dark, and how they still manage to find their way around without a flashlight. So what we're really talking about is, how do these glow-in-the-dark spiders find their way home when the whole world is pitch black? So you think spiders are just creepy little monsters? Think again. These glow-in-the-dark ones are like nature's tiny lanterns, and you're the one who gets to enjoy their glow without even knowing it. Every time you're outside at night, you're basically surrounded by these glowing little guides. They're like the universe's own streetlights, and you're just passing through without a care. And if you ever thought spiders were just creepy, now you know they're also like the cool, mysterious friends who light up your night without asking for anything in return. So yeah, you should care. Because the next time you're out in the dark, you're not just walking through the woods, you're walking through a glowing, spider-lit wonderland. And if you're into cool stuff, this is basically the universe telling you, I've got your back, even if I'm tiny and glowy. So, glow-in-the-dark spiders didn't just pop out of nowhere. They've been around for millions of years, like ancient internet forum moderators. Think of them as the original night owls, hanging out in the dark, doing what they do best. Back when dinosaurs were the night owls, these spiders were already out there, probably getting confused by the moon and the occasional meteor. They had to figure out how to find food without a GPS or a flashlight. Early spiders probably used their glow to communicate with each other, like a primitive version of Instagram stories. They'd flash their glowy bits to say, hey, I'm hungry, or watch out, I'm about to eat you. As time went on, their glow became more efficient. They probably evolved to use it for finding mates, like a glowing Tinder profile. Hey, I'm a spider with a glowy belly, want to make a web together? Show, a simple spider with a glowing belly holding up a sign that says looking for a glowy mate. A heart is drawn next to it. By the time humans started using fire, these spiders had already mastered the dark. They didn't need us to invent light. They were already doing it better. It's like they've been using the dark as a superpower for eons. So, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't need flashlights. They're like nature's glowing glitter, but with 8 legs and a creepy vibe. They basically glow like a neon sign, so they can see each other even in the dark. It's like if your shoes had glow sticks and you were in a cave, but they also use their sense of smell and feelers to navigate. It's like having a GPS and a nose at the same time. So, they're not just glowing. They're basically glow-in-the-dark super spotters with a built-in flashlight. It's like if a glow stick had 8 legs and a life of its own. Super cool, right? So next time you see a glowing spider, just know they're like nature's tiny disco ball, trying to survive in the dark. So, first things first, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They're just super duper good at absorbing light, and then slowly letting it out like a glow stick. It's like they're wearing a tiny, invisible light-up bracelet. But wait, how do they even get that light in the first place? Well, they're not the kind of spiders that live in the dark all the time. They're usually out and about in the day, soaking up the sun or the light from street lamps, like they're sunbathing. Then, once they're done getting their glow on, they go back to their hideouts like on the rocks, in the soil, or in the corners of your closet. And that's where the magic happens. They start glowing like a disco ball in the dark. But here's the kicker. They don't glow super bright. It's more like a faint, slow burn, like a firefly that's been on vacation for a week. They're not trying to light up the night sky, just enough to see their way around. So the setup is simple. They charge up during the day, then use that glow to navigate at night. like a tiny, slow-moving lantern. And that's how glow-in-the-dark spiders don't get lost in the dark. So, they don't actually glow like a neon sign. Instead, their bodies absorb light during the day, like a solar-powered battery. Then, at night, they slowly release that stored light, like a tiny flashlight. It's like a spider version of a glow stick, but with more legs. But here's the kicker. The light they glow isn't super bright. It's more like a faint, ghostly shimmer. Imagine if your phone screen had a night mode so dim you could only see it if you squinted really hard. And it's not just their bodies that glow. Some species even have glowing spots on their legs or even their eyes. Think of it like a spider wearing tiny LED stickers. But they're not flashy, they're practical. The light they emit is also kind of cold, like a nightlight made of ice. It doesn't get hot, so they don't burn out. It's more of a slow, steady glow, like a campfire that never goes out. But here's the real trick. They don't just glow to see, they glow to be seen by other spiders, maybe even by humans. Like a spider wearing a neon vest to flag down a potential mate or warning off a predator. Okay, so they're not just glowing like a firefly, they're actually using their glow like a little flashlight. It's like if your phone had a flashlight and you used it to find your keys in the dark. But they're doing it with a few tiny hairs and some clever chemistry. The glow isn't just for show, it helps them see their surroundings better. Think of it like having a night light in your room, but for a spider trying to find a snack in the dark. They're basically a walking glow stick with a taste for crickets. But here's the twist, they can control how bright they glow. It's like if your flashlight had a dimmer switch, and you could make it brighter when you need to see more, or dimmer when you're trying to sneak up on a bug. Super sneaky, right? And guess what? They can also glow in different colors. It's like if your flashlight could switch between red, green, and blue. But they don't use it for communication, just for navigating. It's like a spider with a moon ring, but for finding food. So, in the end, their glow is like a superpowered version of a nightlight. They're not just glowing, they're using it as a tool to survive. And honestly, if I had a glowy spider as a pet, I'd call it Lumo and never let it out of the house. So, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They're just super good at holding onto light like a flashlight in a dark room. They absorb the light during the day and then flash it out at night, like a tiny lantern. It's like if your phone had a night light mode, but instead of a soft glow, it's this super bright, ultra-specific light that only certain things can see. And guess what? They're not even the only ones using this trick. Scientists think they might be using this glow to find their way home, or maybe to warn off predators. Like a little glowing sign that says, "I'm not a snack, I'm a scientist's mystery." But here's the kicker. They don't glow all the time. They charge up during the day, like a battery, and then use that stored light when it's dark. It's the spider version of solar power, but with a little bit of magic. So next time you see a glowing spider, don't panic. Just remember, it's not glowing, it's charging. And you're just the lucky observer who got to watch a tiny glowing lantern in the wild. So imagine you're a spider, but instead of using your legs to walk, you're using your glow stick legs to light up the dark. They're like a tiny disco ball that only shines when the lights go out. You don't need eyes to see, you just need to glow so other spiders can find you. It's like having a neon sign that says, "I'm here, come eat me." Show, a spider with a big "I'm here" sign on its back, glowing in the dark. The sign is made with thick black markers and bright pink letters. But here's the twist. Not all glow-in-the-dark spiders glow the same way. Some are like fireflies, others are like glow sticks. It's like the spider world has its own version of LED lights. So, in short, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like little lanterns that help each other find food, mates, and maybe a snack. It's a dark world, but they got the light. And if you ever see a glowing spider, just know it's not trying to scare you. It's just trying to be seen. Like me, but with more legs and less personality. So here's the thing. I'm not sure if this is real or just a cool story someone made up. But guess what? It turns out, some of these spiders can actually see in the dark. Not just glow, but actually see. Like, they have eyes that can detect light even when there's no light at all. It's like if your phone flashlight was broken, but somehow your eyes could still see. They have this special kind of vision called scotopic vision, which is basically super night vision. It's like having a built-in nightlight built into your head. And here's the kicker. They don't just see in the dark, they can also see the fake glow of other spiders. Like, they're basically using the glow of their friend as a map. It's like a spider version of a flashlight party, but with more silk and less partying. So, even though they glow, they still need to navigate. And somehow, they can tell where they are by the light they emit and the light they see from others. It's like a spider version of a GPS, but with bioluminescence and a lot more webbing. So even though it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, it's actually real. These spiders are like nature's own night vision goggles. They're basically the Batman of the spider world, but with more glow and less cape. So, first myth, glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to find their way. Nope, that's not how it works. They're not like glow-in-the-dark stickers on your ceiling. They actually use their eyes, like normal spiders. They see light and dark, just like you and me. Glow is just extra flair, not a map. Some glowy spiders even use their glow to scare off predators. It's like a neon warning sign that says, "Don't mess with me, I'm a glowing nightmare." So, the real secret is not their glow, but their smarts. They're not just glowing bugs, they're clever, spooky, and totally awesome. So, I thought maybe they use moonlight or something, like, a spider version of a compass. But turns out they're not really using the moon or stars. They just don't need to. Wait, but if they don't use light, how do they not get lost? I mean, they're stuck in the dark, right? It's like being in a room with no lights and no windows. Total blackout. So, no, they don't use light to navigate. They just, don't. They're like the spider version of a guy who forgets where his keys are and just starts walking around in circles. So, the idea that they use light is a myth. But hey, it's a fun myth. It's like thinking your pet goldfish has a brain. It's cute, it's wrong, but it's kind of endearing. You might think glow-in-the-dark spiders are just spooky, but they're actually hiding in your closet, or your bathroom, or your sock drawer. Ever seen a spider glowing in the dark? Probably not, because they're too busy hunting for your leftover pizza. Ever looked closely at your ceiling? Maybe you've seen a little glowing speck. That's not a UFO, it's a spider. It's like a tiny firefly, but with more legs and less sparkle. And here's the kicker, they're not just hiding in your house, they're hiding in your car. Yep, that's right. Ever noticed a tiny glowing dot in your car at night? That's probably a spider trying to find your snacks. So next time you see a glowing dot in your house, don't panic. It's not a ghost. It's just a spider, doing what spiders do best. Glow in the dark, hunt for food, and make you wonder how they even see. And if you ever find one in your sock drawer, don't kill it. It's just trying to survive. Maybe it's even looking for a friend, or a snack. Either way, it's a glow-in-the-dark spider, and it's probably better at finding things than you are. So I found a spider in my kitchen, glowing like a neon sign, and I thought, how do you even find your way home when you're basically a glowing blob? Turns out, it's not like a human with a GPS. It's more like a kid with a flashlight trying to find a way to bed without getting lost. But here's the kicker, it's not just glowing, it's also super sensitive to light. So it's like a glowing disco ball in a dark room, and it's trying not to get blinded. So yeah, it's not magic, it's just a combination of glow, light sensitivity, and a weird kind of spider sense that's way better than mine. So, there's this spider that's basically a glow-in-the-dark superhero. It's not just glowing, it's glowing so hard it's like a disco ball in the dark. This one's got the glow of 1,000 fireflies, and it's using that light to navigate like it's a laser pointer. This spider isn't just glowing for show, it's got a superpower called bioluminescence. It's like if a firefly had a PhD in light engineering and decided to live in a spider body. No electricity needed, just biology. But here's the twist, this spider isn't just glowing, it's also super sensitive to light. Think of it like a glow stick that's also a night vision camera. It can detect the faintest glimmers and use them like a GPS. This spider's glow is so intense it can actually light up its surroundings. Imagine a spider that's like a tiny lantern, but it's also using the light to see. It's like having a flashlight and a night vision goggles at the same time. And to top it all off, the spider is the record holder for the brightest glow in the spider world. It's like the spider version of a disco ball, but with 8 legs and a love for the dark. It's not just glowing, it's cranked to 11. Okay, so imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, and somehow your glow stops working. Now you're basically a dark spider in a dark cave. You're like a disco ball in a pitch-black club. You're trying to find your way, but you're just lost. You start bumping into things. Maybe a leaf, maybe a rock, maybe your own web. You're like a drunk spider on a tightrope. You're trying to stay upright, but you're just falling. Your web is your home, but now you can't see it. You're like a spider who forgot where their house is. You're basically a lost spider in a spider-sized maze. You start to panic. Maybe you try to use your legs to feel your way. You're like a spider doing a spider sense, but it's just spider sense gone wrong. In the end, you either find your way back or you become a snack. It's like a spider version of a lost puppy. You're just a glowy spider with bad luck. So here's the thing. Glow-in-the-dark spiders are basically like, I'm not just glowing, I'm also a total night owl. But I'm not the kind of night owl that's actually out at night. I'm the kind that's out in the dark, but also kind of in the dark. It's a lot. I'm confused. They're not actually super good at finding their way. You know how sometimes you're in a dark room and you trip over a chair? That's basically what they're doing, but with 8 legs and a whole lot of spider juice. And here's the kicker, they don't really have a map. They don't have a GPS. They don't even have a built-in compass. They're just kind of hoping that the glow helps them find their way home. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like, I'm glowing, but I'm also kind of the worst at navigating. I'm not a superhero. I'm just a spider who thinks it's a superhero. And honestly, I'm not even sure where I am. So, how did humans even figure out that spiders glow in the dark? Well, it turns out it's not that easy to see a spider in the dark, especially if they're not glowing. Scientists had to use special cameras and light tricks to catch them glowing. It's like trying to find a firefly in a black hole, but with more patience. They had to use these super sensitive cameras that can pick up light even when it's super low. It's like having eyes that can see in the dark, but for spiders. And then they had to wait for hours, sometimes days, to catch the glow. It's not like you just walk into a spider's room and boom, you see them glowing. And then, once they saw the glow, they had to figure out how the spiders were using it. Like, are they using it to find their way, or just for showing off? Turns out it's mostly for finding their way, like a built-in flashlight. But the science to prove that took even more patience and weird experiments. They had to do experiments where they blocked the light, or changed the colors to see how the spiders reacted. It's like testing if a cat can see in the dark, but with spiders and glow. And guess what? They found out that the spiders actually used their own glow to navigate, like a built-in lantern. So, the whole process of figuring this out was a mix of patience, weird experiments, and some serious tech. But in the end, we learned that spiders have their own way of seeing in the dark. And honestly, it's kind of cool. Like, they have their own built-in flashlight and they're not even aware of it. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching.